Hi there, and welcome to your immediate post-match reaction pod here from Gersnet in association with
Forest Precision
Engineering. I keep on forgetting that. Big apologies to them, but when you're at the game you think about other things.
Yes.
This is, I think, a third location. We're having problems with the acoustics due to it's quite blustery, so I've had to move about today.
Outside broadcast unit's been
outside
having
broadcast,
issues.
yeah. Was it Hebridean? The Hebridean broadcast. Aye.
He puts in the shade.
So 5-2 against St Mirren today.
Aye.
Bit flat, I think we all expected that given the events of last week against that shower over the road there. For long periods of that game, I've got to be honest, I couldn't give a toss. I was just this is a waste of time.
To be honest, Colin, you're starting to wonder, do the players give a toss? Yeah. And then when Michael Beale makes all these substitutions, the 3 substitutions particularly, he made, was it 72 minutes?
Yeah.
But it was still 2 each. You're thinking he's bringing on, you and I are both, big fanboys of Scott Arfield. He's bringing on Hadji and he's bringing on, who else did he bring on at that point? Glenn Kamara, and you're taking off Ben Davis against a St Mirren team who've been, that's their main attacking threat is lumping it into your box. With the big boys. You're thinking maybe the manager just wants to get, minutes and legs of players. Doesn't care, but the league's gone. It's just about getting, a bit of a squad together for the Scottish Cup semi. And turns out he's a tactical genius, you know what I mean? And Rabbi Matondo was at the heart of it as well, so you couldn't have predicted how that was going to end. But I know.
I mean, I was delighted for that because I genuinely think. I mean, I'm not arguing here that Scott Arfield should be starting many games for Rangers. I think that time is gone. But I certainly think even last week when we needed a goal, I think any time Rangers need a goal, he's always worth a punt, and he showed it today, But I mean, we'll go back to the start. I mean, I had a horrendous journey here the day, right? So when I got to the train station, I met somebody I knew. So I forgot to buy my ticket, my train ticket, and then I got off at Queen Street, and the queue was a mile long. It was a mile long to get off. So then I come for that queue, and then go to the subway, and the queue's a mile long. So straight away I'm like,
the omens are bad.
We're getting beat today.
See when I jumped to the motor to come here, I haven't put the clock back. I just see the clock. It was 13:13. Just looked at the dash, I turned on the engine. 13:13 was the time on my wee clock. I thought that's a bad omen. And it seemed, as you see, and then St Mirren, they make us shoot towards the Courtland first half.
That was that.
And it was a weird feeling.
We missed the penalty. In fact, when we got the penalty, my son, big stretch standing in the corner there, he says we're missing this, and I was like, I know. And we did.
Well, the reason you knew we were missing it is because, 5 minutes into the game? Yeah. And we just don't, your stand-up comedians and that have the whole thing, if there's a joke made about somebody who's died or a tragedy, too soon. Yeah. And that's what it is with Rangers when it comes to scoring the opening goal. Yeah. We just can't do that. Yeah. We can't get a goal in the first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes. No, that'd be too easy.
Too soon. Yeah, too soon. But we get there, I mean, I think we need to talk about Cantwell. We got the first goal.
Okay.
And he is, I mean, the run for Scott Arfield's goal, was that the 4th or the 5th? I can't quite remember. I think it was the 5th.
Aye.
Definitely.
Which he finishes with the no-look pass. Just to kind of almost contemptuously round it off. He plays on the edge, Todd Cantwell. I'm still waiting for him to get sent half. Came close a couple of times a day. But it's coming from a good place. He's just what we need. I think. I said this last week. The post-match reaction pod after the debacle, the Clancy threw at Parkhead. It was when you're Raskin and particularly Cantwell against everybody else in the league outside Celtic. You're like, they're just what we need. They're just what we need. And I think as we play against Celtic, you think, no, we need everybody else to get signed. We need to get in another, 10 players to play around about them. But I think you can almost see a shift in. I think James Tavernier has been the kind of engine room in this team for years. I think it all starts with Tav. We sometimes don't even realise it, but it starts, he gets the pace going. But I think you can see now we want to start getting this team built around Todd Cantwell starting the pace. And I know there's folk out there laughing at me because I was like, I'm not like that first about Todd Cantwell coming to, he's not really done that well in Norwich. Should we be buying a guy like that? He's been absolutely sensational. And he's the finish for the first goal with Dame, it was.
I know. So he gets the first, and I just felt the longer the game went on, especially after the substitutes, as you said, as you say, it kind of felt like we were just accepting possibility of draw and getting minutes and legs. But his sort of, he just took a hold of the game really for sort of 10-15 minutes and just dictated play essentially. And that, as you said, the no-look pass is brilliant. But the run before it, I mean, you must beat 3 or 4 of them. And then just at the last minute, the no-look pass.
And the other thing you're talking about Scott Arfield, Scott Arfield runs. This is Scott Arfield hasn't played for a month or something like that.
Yeah.
He just runs onto that ball, dinks it through the keeper's legs, as if he is 100% up to speed and he's been playing every minute, every game this season. What a professional the guy is.
He's a professional, I don't get people that don't get him. You know what I mean? I know he's a certain age. I'm not advocating that he starts for Rangers. As I said, those days are gone. But I'm really surprised he's not got a wee bit more game time recently. But hey ho.
I think Scott Arfield's unfortunately come to represent that kind of thing where people they know the squad needs a clear out.
Yeah.
But I think you can have like one luxury item. For me, that would be Kamara Roof. You can have one guy who's maybe a bit Ogden past it. That could be Scott Arfield.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere else will get problems. We've got a goalkeeper who looks like
can run past it.
You know, can't get off his line. But we thought he was going to be a backup goalie. That seemed like a thing of the season. But we've got problems. But Scott Arfield is not one of them.
No, I don't think so. So we go 1-0 up, 1 each, 2-1 up, 2 each, and it just felt like, you know that. Well, it kind of felt. I messaged my mate today saying it's going to be really flat today. You know, it's obviously
there was spaces in the crowd as well.
Loads of gaps in the crowd. Loads of tickets going today. My mate sent me a message. His supporters busted. Umpteen tickets just lying there. You know, it's going to be a hard slog towards the end of the season.
Well, we had that Dundee United game, you know, a couple of weeks ago, Colin, and it was like that was before the Lord Mayor show, and you know, today was very much after the Lord Mayor show. It was like, and turns out the Lord Mayor was Kevin Clancy. You know what I mean? I'm not putting it all down to him. You know, Rangers have their problems as well. You know what I mean? But he certainly played a major part. But I feel as if the day it was just like everybody's kind of packed it in. You think, the team just going to follow suit. And that thing that Connor Goldson let slip, which I never mentioned, but it really stuck with me at the time. The Dundee United, the pre-match, the pre-Dundee United presser, he said this thing about how when Beale arrived, he was talking about, doesn't matter whether we win the league or no, but we're going to say we win the league from the moment I've arrived. Right. So he's judging himself against, and up until last week, it was dead level. So now he's gone 3 points behind, and you're thinking, are we going to lose that other league within the league in the player's mind as well? But he's still, he's got a chance of bringing Postecoglou back to Ibrox, getting it level and hoping for, you know.
and if we beat them in the semi-final, then you know. But yeah, I mean, it does. I just always think when it's like this, and it's been like this a few times over the years now. It is a slog to come, you know. I mean, it's going to. I mean, and it'll be even worse if we don't win that semi-final. The last few games of the season will be really tough. But there are positive signs there, you know. I think it all is about next season, and on that, you know, Ross Wilson away. What's your thoughts on that?
My main thought is is about the role itself. I don't know enough. I'm not involved enough. If we're looking at maybe Ross Wilson's at Charlton, people will be trying to find out is he responsible for the injuries and stuff like that. That still seems like a step too far. It seems like one of these we're upset because we're not winning the league. Right? We're upset because we're going to Europe extra early for a wee change. And we're trying to pin it on one thing, and you're finding something that you don't like, and you're putting all your anger into that. I think it's getting blown up out of proportion.
I would agree.
You know, there's definitely signings that have went wrong, but then again we had Rabbi Matondo today squaring the body to Alfie for a goal, so he's a superhero and worth every penny. You know what I mean? He's got a new haircut as well. But there's things that you and I remember when we signed Aaron Ramsey. That seems perfect. That seems like a great deal. You know, he's doing a great job. Doesn't he work out? Ultimately, it goes back to
even the same with Diallo, and I think that's maybe been the issue. I know someone who knows Ross Wilson actually. Went to school with him, fellow Falkirk fan, and I was at five-a-side gig and he was there, and I says, "What's he like?" And he was like, "He's never kicked a ball really in his life. He's a FIFA type guy, and he'll go for the big name players." And that's kind of what he done, and I think the biggest sort of criticism you can aim at Ross Wilson is that squad has not evolved enough in the time. It seems to have focused it more on big names coming in on loan rather than actually getting your bread and butter. We need players in these positions.
My suspicion watching just now, Colin, especially after Parkhead last week, is we can beat everybody else. Right? Remember, that's us literally, we have beat everybody else in Scotland under Michael Beale except Celtic. Right? And that's painful. You know, that becomes a bit of a slagging for us, but it's also shown that Beale has taken them to a level and he's holding them at that level. And especially after the setback last week when the league is almost officially done, to come out and end up winning that game with 3 goals a day, it kind of shows what Beale's doing. And I think we're talking about we need a big summer. We've got updating the squad and what have you, but I think we're also updating the fitness of the squad. I think there's going to be a few players in there that will remain that we're expecting to go, but the big thing for me, and I think the boys mentioned the preview pod last night, John and Brian, the fitness of the player that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst didn't get them trained. We hit Celtic, we went for them for 20 minutes last week, and basically the whole game plan fell to pieces. Celtic fans telling this week, but we were shite, we still beat you. You were shite because we made you shite.
Yep.
You know, Beale is getting there with them as well, with the Celtic games as well.
It's individual mistakes, of course, this last week.
And one of them for the referee, and I think any other, if we were fit enough, that wouldn't have set us back the way it did last week. You know, Alfredo doesn't get the goal, and we lost our energy at that point. You know, then Celtic got a goal straight after that. It's effectively a 2-goal swing in that game. But I think you could see these moments we weren't fit enough. That's the one thing with Celtic. They're the same players, same manager. You know, it's consistency for 2 seasons to drill them to what he wants to do. They've got one vision, and we're going to get the same thing with Beale. And I think he needs a pre-season with him and players being fit as well as the new signings. I think that the fitness is definitely taking a hit. I don't think maybe it's just to say the Champions League group stage. We hit as badly as well. But
I don't think they've got enough in pre-season. I really don't.
I'm convinced that they may.
So that's us for today. Tune in tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on the YouTube channel as always. I'm not sure if it's Scott or...
It is, who is it?
Can't remember.
Yeah, sorry boys, that's been disrespectful. It's
9:30.
Craig, it's hosting, and it's Chris Jack. And it is one only David Fraser.
There we go. So there we go. Tune in tomorrow at 9:30 on the YouTube as always to join them. I got a small gift off the before we came on air tonight. He gave me a Marseille ticket from the 1992 Champions League game because I never got a ticket. So I was at the CSK Moscow game. I was at every game at that run apart from Marseille. I couldn't get a ticket for that game. He never made the CSK Moscow game or the Bruges game. So between the two of us, we were at all 3. So I've got an unused ticket because he had an unused ticket on the night and I never had a ticket. So thanks for that.
Oh, no bother, mate. $17.50.
Right. So until the next time, bye for now.